This is your third time working with Buck Showalter, so you've got a lot of inside knowledge on him. What is it that makes him so appealing as a manager, as a leader?
He's a very pay attention to detail guy, and I think he looks to find ways to do things, make sure we're doing things the best way. Whether it's cutoffs and relays, thinking about, do we change the tandem relay? Do we send a different guy out? Do we when we're doing a bunt defense, is there a better way to do it? How should we line up? So he's always thinking about that, and that was something that struck me going way back. Like he's a real good, he's really good at strategy, and he spends a lot of time thinking about that. So there's going to be he puts a lot of thought into any decision or anything that we're going to do. So that's kind of how I feel. He expects a lot. I think his expectations for everybody are high, and he wants people to do their job and be accountable.
It's safe to say that this has been one of the more exciting off seasons in Mets history, and there's a lot of excitement, a lot of anticipation once this lockout does end. From an internal perspective, again, as someone who's been here before, now is back, just what is that level of energy? What is the level of anticipation for this season to get underway with this group?
I think the anticipation is unbelievable. It's off the charts. I think people are so excited about playing at Citi Field, and the Mets have such a passionate fan base, and playing. It's really there's no place like it, at least in my experience. And I think everybody feels that energy. I know I feel it from our coaching staff and from Buck and from Billy Epler and the organization. There's a lot of good things happening, and it's pretty exciting.
This coaching staff is set now, and it's a really interesting mix. You've got some really seasoned veteran coaches and obviously a veteran manager, and some newer coaches, some young guys. What do you think of that mix? And is it a positive when you have a lot of different perspectives that way on one staff?
I think it's definitely a positive. I think it's a great coaching staff. Really excited about everybody. We've been on a lot of Zoom calls and just trying to get to know each other. And you're right, there is we have a wide range of coaches with different experience levels. And I think, something that when I was in Pittsburgh the last 2 years, I think that's a progressive organization and very high on technology. And I think it was a good place for me to be, and I learned a little bit about that. So I think coming to the staff and just hearing what guys are talking about, everybody's open-minded, and I think people want to work together, and they're looking for the best ways to do things.
When you were here last time, you were a part of teams that had a lot of talent, and for some reason just didn't really get over that hump. This year, those expectations are much higher, and there's been an infusion of talent. What, in your mind, will be the difference? How do you, as a coaching staff with a new manager, someone as experienced as Buck, get the most out of the talent that is clearly there?
I think something that's going to be really big for us is talking to the players and letting them tell us what they think, and asking them, the things that they think are important and what helps them and how can we help them, and letting them be accountable for what they need to do. But I think it's going to be a lot of communication, and it's all about the players. So those are things that we need to get with them and ask them these specific questions so they can tell us, how we can help them. And I think that's going to be the strength of, something that Buck does very well, and something that this coaching staff is going to do well.